kontinente le ka bona le la atimola kontinente ya Afrika tšhelete go lwa fela bana le dikarata bathusi setsana le karata e serolwana tshwanetse go itlhokomela ka tsotlhe tsana nna tsone bathusi o bas a re bone fela sekhutlho se ba go sa ka tseleng tse jang Nigeria ba ba tsaya ba romela tsela ka le ba go tsela le thula ka tlhogo ka morago ba ntsha mo karolong ya kotsi a re bone Tshalo Mphekezeli fela be tsela ka kwa ntle metsotso le metlhano gore re go kgomowa metsotso le metlhano gore Afrika Borwa ke katlele ketapele ya bone ga ba tla dira seo mo metsotsong e Sizwe.
I think the South African fans would love to see more than Igor Bruce's side taking the lead into the half-time break. Now, space on his near side. It's Simon, closely watched, however. Good movement to create the space. Outline on this left side in the decoy run. Now Lookman will happily settle for the corner. Lovely run, the decoy to get all this action started off the ball there by Bassi. Corner taken into the near post. South Africa having a good number of players attending that near post. Bule was one of them. Another corner will be here to be taken by Lookman. Big man forward. Just to come. Of course, love to score on the right end here in bringing Nigeria back into it. There he is, or he is amongst those that are in the box. Let's see. Is shuffling his way in towards that little box. Again, good defending on the near post, that time by Lyle Foster. Now, error. The South Africans looking to take advantage again. They look to the pace of Ngota. And a nice guitar. Nobody. Just, wow. And making the decision to leave his line here, leave his box. Right decision in the end. So that will always look to the space available for Ngota to run onto when the issue of pace comes to the fore. Key space, of course, that led to the breakthrough in the own goal scored, the only goal of this match so far. Iwobi, Ndidi, losing out then. As the South Africans again go long over the top here. Pressure being applied by Foster. Good understanding between the goalkeeper and defender. Now Nigeria looking to play it out from the back here. Frederick. That's just about enough in keeping it moving to Bassi under pressure. He has got so few in the way of options. In the end, Iwobi makes himself available. The movement of the ball, Bassi still pushing forward. And Gazan needed to deal with the big man then. Stands at 185, and he is a huge presence out in that field. Now, the Nigerians looking for a strong ending to the first half. Lovely work again into the byline. Ball in! Oh, it's 1-1. Big man once again had a huge impact after in the attack. Bassi kept them going on that left side, and in the end, when it mattered, his size and strength at the right place. See Nigeria find that equalizer. Well, the 25-year-old who has won some silverware out in Scotland in the past, just at the right place, at the right time here. Coming up from the blind side, gets close side of the defender. It's all about presence then, as he takes flight and steers that into the back of the net. Lovely ball and lovely work from Bashiru. And what a beautiful assist, hangs it up in the air, begging to be put away. Paul, one could argue, and they will argue that from a South African point of view, the Nigerians won't care. An important goal this, keeping in mind, should they not qualify directly in finishing number 1. There's still the battle for the second spot. In what will be a battle, sweet term, but a battle between the best second place teams. Now, Ngota. In the end, he's shot comfortably, saved by Nabili. Ngota can be problematic for the big man here on this near side, and what a duel is turning out to be between Bassi and Ngota. Both of them playing a huge role in the scoreline being what it is. Beautifully hung up this. Off the head, is it onto the arm, which guides it into the back of the net? Yep, head first. Then the arm, I really do believe, steers it into the direction that it goes into. Iwobi. Now, what a story it could be for the Nigerians if they could find yet another. Simon. The ball to Iwobi in the end, that's a good challenge. But good vision, nicely done in finding the option in the middle of the park. Mule under pressure, outnumbered. Lookman. Simon. Plays his club football out in France. Simon. He's also won silver with clubs such as Nantes out in France. Now, defensive touch from Mangezana. Not slowing down the Nigerians, however. Forward they come. Simon certainly riding the wave later on. Ball in and needed. The South African defense to be well organized. Gezana again getting on to the end of it. Iwobi. Under a minute remaining of the 3 added on to the first half. Iwobi. Simon. Lookman. Then plays here on the near side, but a good recovery nonetheless. Roma Bogazi. Space again for Moses Simon. Squares up again against the South African. Good movement of the ball from Bassi as he looks to bust his way forward. In the end, it'll go out then for the goal kick. Well, they make it work here, the South Africans, in the last 5 to 10 minutes. That's beautiful play in getting the better of Kabini, and a lovely assist from Bashiru. And born in Lagos, creating for the other board in Italy. And in the end, it's a rather exciting first 45 minutes of World Cup qualifying football in the Free State capital of Bloemfontein. South Africa the first to open the scoring then with just Ekwang finding the back of the net in an own goal created by the pace of Ngota. Then the equalizer beautifully pulled home then by Bassi as Nigeria fight back for a strong ending to the first 45 minutes. Still plenty of football ahead of us here. One gets the feeling there's still plenty of drama to come our way in Bloemfontein. But at the end of the first half in the Group C encounter, it's South Africa 1, Nigeria 1. Keep in mind, South Africa hoping to seal their spot in the World Cup at the end of the night.
Made of more. 10Bet, official betting partner of Bafana Bafana.
Irresistibly smooth chocolate to put the world on pause. Lindor, made to melt you by the Lindt Master Chocolatier.
Whenever you have something really cold and then you get this short, sharp kind of sensation, that's sensitivity. It can get worse. The problem is not going to go away by itself. I always recommend Sensodyne. It's specially designed to care for their sensitivity. And I've had people coming back to me saying it's made a difference. It works.
In the heart of every champion lies a journey, one of resilience, passion, and dedication. It's a journey that starts as a dream and is fueled by ambition. A journey made of the relentless pursuit of greatness. And greatness isn't given, it's earned. With every challenge, goal, and celebration, it's a journey that inspires generations. And one that proves that we are made of more. 10Bet, official betting partner of Bafana Bafana.
Let's spell clean. With Aquafresh, today can be a big day.
Well, it is 1-1 at the halftime break. South Africa, of course, is taking the lead in the 24th minute via an own goal from Troost Ekong, the Nigerian captain. On the day, a man making his way back into the starting 11. And just before the halftime break, we saw Nigeria equalizing through Bassey, and a lot of questions being asked about whether that was a valid goal that should have stood or not. Or did he score with his hand? Well, we'll unpack this right now here on our halftime analysis. But Morgan, I'll start with you. We take a look at the first 45 minutes of action. What do you make of what we witnessed?
Look, we played a very good game in the first 15 minutes of the game. We controlled it. We had ample opportunities to play them on their half. But unfortunately, we relied on our laurels to say, you know what, we've got this game. And then we end up scoring the goal in the critical phase, which is it's a very good one for them, because we thought that they'll come out robust, but we did a good job by just scoring that much-needed goal. But unfortunately, we started to relax and think about what's going to happen in the halftime dressing room talk, where the game is still going on. And unfortunately, yes, lapse of concentration. Nigeria gets an opportunity. They put the ball in the back of the net. And yeah, the contest is going on.
The ball finds the back of the net for the equalizer. Itumeleng, from your point of view?
Yeah, to be quite honest, I agree fully with what Morgan is saying. The guys started very well. They showed signs that we are the home team. We want to win this game at all costs. Look at the pressure that they were putting, and Nigerian captain putting the ball at the back of his net. But again, we took the foot off the pedal towards the critical phase of the game, which is towards the halftime. The guys lost the control of the game, and I think Ronwen should be careful of what he always does when we are 1-0 up, because I think he lost concentration, and the guys, they always look and take the message from what the goalkeeper is doing. And he almost gave away an unnecessary corner kick.
But let's go through this goal now in terms of just the breakdown of this build-up and how eventually South Africa took the lead here, Morgan.
Look, Nigeria was on a high press, and they left the space gaping where Tebza receives the ball. It was a set piece from a throw-in. Tebza identifies the space. He looks at his front three. Look at Lyle's taking them away from where Nkota is going to receive the ball, and Nkota he bombed down on the wing because Bassey and Ekong were late to read the situation. And for us, it profited us so well that Nkota wanted to put the ball in between Stanley and obviously where Lyle is going to run into. And Ekong obviously exposed not really the position that he wants to be in. He needs to be 2 meters in front of the goals so he can clear the ball and goes out for a corner. But unfortunately, he's in line of the goals and he puts his foot straight. So it hits his right foot instead of him tackling with the left. So he passed the ball out for a corner kick. But I think a good play from South Africa and a good opportunity taken by us.
And putting the pressure there on Nigeria, but Nigeria did eventually equalize just before the halftime break. Let's take you through that goal now, because we were sitting here thinking, well, Nigeria have equalized, but do we need VAR in this encounter? Because possibly a handball we witnessed here as Bassey finds the goal for Nigeria.
Definitely, I think we need VAR because netball. But this goal shouldn't have stood. South Africa lost concentration in the dying minutes of the first half, and this shouldn't have happened because look at the big gaps, big spaces and a 2v1 on the side. Our police was 1 second late to come and help out Kabini, but unfortunately was late and Nigeria pounced on the opportunity.
They did pounce on the opportunity, and you can actually see that the referee is not too far from that action happening out in that 18-yard area. But let's take you through a tog of this moment, just Morgan, to speak through that moment right there in terms of how that ball finds the back of the net.
Yeah, definitely. It comes off his hand, and if there was VAR, that goal wouldn't have stood, because it's an opportunity that Ronan could have saved. If you look at Ronan's positioning, he's perfectly positioned because Basi heads the ball down and then into his hand, and then it changes the direction of the ball. So he's then unsighted and he couldn't see. But also another thing that we need to look at, Sia for a tall guy, anything that comes in the air, he needs to be the first one to attack, because firstly, he's the tallest, he stands up way above the rest. And anything that comes in your box, you must make sure, if you don't see the person, rather go to the ball, because all of the attackers will go towards the ball, and if he gets to the ball first, that means he's done his job. So in this situation, he didn't really read the situation for what it is. He was reactive, he wasn't proactive.
Indeed. And we'll see what will happen in the second half of this game. What we can tell you, there is every single thing to play for. 3 points on the line, and South Africa possibly a step closer to qualifying for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. When we return after the break, we'll take a look at what can change for Lamaqembu Wamabili. Stay tuned.
Bonjour. You know you don't always have to go all in. Every game needs a bit of in-game management. Reset. Breathe for a second. The best managers always stick to the plan. Play within the lines, that's how the game works best. And hey, if things feel off, take a break or set limits. No harm in taking a moment on the sideline. And just remember to bet the responsible way with Betway.
Next on Giyani, Land of Blood.
Tolo Brarich, lokan muka nun sa hilikan gubin, nibone Kensani, nafalo waka Baloy, Musa, barisunye mo venwa Kensani Brarich.
Nipfumelelile funeteliwa wa swakudya ntsena loko mani luya wo sweka le getini le prasini va ri i mani ya ni lava ku na yena a kumanyana xitirhwana kwalaya.
You need to go on with your life and forget about Musa when we talk about nothing.
Giyani, Monday to Friday at 9.
MTN 8 is here.
Wafa wafa.
Nansile ngola. Imemnyango. Bangagina. Abahambayo.
Kushumile. Ubani umanqoba.
Keep watching SABC Sport
for the love of the game.
What you see over there is a crime scene. No lives were lost, no property stolen, yet an intriguing mystery remains. Over the next week, some of the country's best bakers will become culinary detectives, which is totally a real kind of detective. They even get a little badge too. It's adorable. Everything starts with what they find in here, the crime scene kitchen. Using only the mess left behind.
What is this? It's a filling of some kind, I think. Oh, this is a syrup.
They're one step closer to a $100,000 prize. This is Crime Scene Kitchen. Actually, that may not have been edible. It's not.
Crime Scene Kitchen, Tuesday 7:30 on 2.
You did that!
Hey, show me the money.
I'm in Manchi. Some muffins are Tilo Nungi. Mondays to Fridays at 6:30 on SABC2.
Well, what changes for Coach Hugo Bruce as well as Coach Eric Chell going into the second half? Africa. Second half, who can they bring on from the bench? But before that as well, just how do they change their approach if they need to in terms of application?
I think, to be quite honest, so far so good. I don't think we need to rush into making substitutions. Let's give the players who've started the game, who have done fairly well, until maybe 60th and then we can start looking on the bench. But so far, I've been very impressed with the first 11.
And when you look at the bench, who would you like to see come on?
Obviously, I would like to see Osibele Bele, a versatile player who can play for you as a right back or even higher up of the field. And then you're looking at Mofokeng, before looking at Duduzi Shabalala. But again, the front three has been very lethal, and they've been attacking Nigeria, and they put them in their back foot in their own half. So I think so far so good. Don't fix what is not broken.
Don't fix it if it's not broken. In terms of Nigeria,
I think Felix Agu is one of the players that we need to be wary of, because he'll come in and change the complexion of the game. He's a much needed number 10 that they need in this game, because now Bas is also finding those spaces. Because he's a fullback, he runs into almost being a number 10 and adding more attack to them. So Uche could also be one of the players that can come in. But on Bafana's side, I think everything is still settled. We just need to be honest, keep ourselves honest, knowing very well that the job is not done. And from a Nigerian side, they need to come out with everything that they have. And this is the most crucial moment for us. When they come with everything that they have, all we need to do is play on the counter and wait for them to make that odd mistake, and then we use our speed in the front. I'm even thinking you can put a Reyners in the situation where he can run them, to the byline, and Apollos also. When Apollos gets tired, change him with Reyners.
indeed, and of course, the road to the 2026 FIFA World Cup runs through Bloemfontein.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for flying South African Airways. Cabin crew, please prepare the cabin for takeoff.
SAA is proud to be the official air partner of Bafana Bafana. Be part of the action, follow your team, fly SAA, and catch the games live.
Re gorogile mo metsotsong e tlabeng e simologa ga jaana e le 15 ya bofelo. Jaaka o bona batshameki ba tsena jalo mo lebaleng. Potso ke gore Helman Kelele ga mmogo le Ronald Hugo Bruce ba re le batshameki ba reng fela jaaka Mokatisi Sekuchele wa naga ya Nigeria. Mafoko a ba fileng ke mafoko a feng a re tseo re tla se bona mo tshimologong ya motshameko. Re tla se bona mo tshimologong ya motshameko go fitlha kwa bokhutlhong. Jaaka o bona motse mošate wa province ya Freistata Bloemfontein Subile Dipone lebala le lone le galalela lebala le Afrika Borwa ba tsena mo motshamekong wa bona bobedi ka tatelano mme le kgetlo la ntlha fa ba ne ba lefa ke fa ba ne ba thulane naga ya Zimbabwe. Tuna solofetse gore lebala le tla bo le tletse pholela mo letsatsing la gompieno fela batshameki ba Afrika Borwa jaanong ba tsenya ya bone kopano mo raga kopano ya Mokatisi Ronald Williams jaaka mo kapoteni ba fa mafoko a bofelo mona monanyo wa mogetse karate serolwana bua jalo ka Adimola Lukman mme go diragatswa jalo phetogo ba go diragatsa jalo phetogo naga ya Nigeria. Afrika Borwa bone ga go lebege ba na le phetogo mme Cyril Desert Sutsile tutubaletsa gore tsene jalo le kawana la Akorodare, Emmanuel Akorodare. Khele ba itlhomile mo mpenya le phala Afrika Borwa. Ebe simologa karolo bobedi ya motshameko. Tebogo Mokwena. Tsamegala jalo ka morago ba go simolola mo tseleng ya ga Siabonga Nkhetsana. Afrika Borwa ba tshwanetse go lemoga jalo gore tekete ye emetse bone ba tshwanetse ba tsaya tshwetso ya gore ba iponela tikete fela jaaka Tunisia ga mmogo le Morocco ba setse ba fitlheletse go leba jalo ka kwa USA, Mexico ga mmogo le Canada mo ngwageng o tlang wa 2026. Afrika Borwa ba tshwanetse go dira seo mo letsatsing la gompieno le bona go ipa gaufi thata fela ka kwa ntle kgwele bone Afrika Borwa ba tla dirang ka kgwele ba kgopa-kgopisana ba tseraganya ba ka jala gore phoso ke ya lona Afrika Borwa. Motsereganyi o ka jala gore wena Lyle Foster ga wa tshameka sentle le ka wana la Osai yo le ena a tseneng go tswa jalo kwa Phankenga moraga gore le ka wana le la Temitayo Aina a bone jalo kgobalo mo karolo ya ntlha ya motshameko fela fa e ne e simologa a bona jalo kgobalo a re bone Bobo fa tswa fa o tla ba tsena mo sefofaneng a le ba kwa Nkabega kwa setlhopheng sa gagwe sa Chippa United semola go sa buisane kwa morago setlhopha sa Afrika Borwa se kwa Mthunyelwa a yakgile kgwele eo tshamekela jalo mo tseleng ya ga monosi wa Nnophase romela letele wa kwa pele le mogile selo se le no se gore batshameki ba Afrika Borwa ba khutshwanyane sireletsa kwa morago Nigeria bone fa karolo ya ntlha motshamekong ya go ikhutsa ba ne ba tsere taolo go tswa karata Nikki Taylor ka re mo karolo ya ntlha wa moketse karata ke karata ya gagwe ya ntlha Mathusi Owas ke teng ke motsenya sehihi motsenya madimabe gore o tla amogela karata e serolwana fela karata eo ne amogetswe ke Siyabonga Ngezana ga mmogo jalo le lekawana la Ademola Lookman. Away Koma, the Super Eagles Julio. Away Koma, the Super Eagles Julio. Right away to see it. Afrika Borwa ke tela tlhegile go senene fa esale tshamekile metsotswele somamane sentle mme ke te metsotswele metlhano ya karolo ya bobedi ya motshameko batima dipone go senene le go betla ga jana ba ntse ba ipatla ba ipatlisisa Afrika Borwa kgeleo ya go tlosa ya khiwa jalo ke Samukelo Kapeni. Samukelo ba tshamekela jalo mo tseleng ba ba jalo mo tseleng ya ga Siyabonga Ngezana wa lebela sia Romela jalo mo tseleng ya ga Samutata ya ga Mphegezeli le ka re ke le kwete se rintla sa bosimanyana ga go bonolo go feta fa thoko ga le ka wana le tshwanetse wa bo le sephethe fa o le bagara jalo le ka wana le Lampogazi a bona le bereketsweng ka province ya KwaZulu-Natal tlosa ba e tshamekela gape mo tseleng ya ga Ronald Williams ba mo tseleng ya ga Bathusi Tata Teboho Mokoena ekete Nigeria ke yone jaanong e tswalang melelwane ke yone e tswalang Afrika Borwa ditsela ba simolola kgwele thata kwa morago jaanong le kwete ba ba mo tseleng ya ga Bathusi o e tshamekela gape mo tseleng ya ga Mphegezeli ba leka go ipatlisisa Afrika Borwa ba e romela letele wa kwa pele ba batla lai thula ka tlhogo lai fela Ntiti le ka go lebelela ekete Ekong bona Ntiti tere le bantela bokapteini sa kgelete le ba romela kwa pele a re bone jalo Nigeria Afrika Borwa e tlile go nna tshwarang fa e tlile go nna thiba ke bona kotsi ke bona matlhomola ke bona kotsi fa a be feta mo molomong wa dino Afrika Borwa fa e sa tlhokomele Afrika Borwa fa ba sa tlhokomele ba tlile go digama ba sa ditlhapela ne ke lebelela motshameki yone o tsetse ka kwa ntle le ka wana la Ekong mme potso ke gore a o ntsheditswe ntle ka ntlha ya gore o bone o dirile on goal re bone ba go isimolola kwa morago wa romela kwa pele phasi fela Afrika Borwa ba leka go e rola kgwele e kopana jalo ka kwano thoko ba e tshamekela ka kwano thoko ba batla jalo le ka bona la Tele Bashiri wa lebela Bashiri mo kgweleng eo e ba fapela ka kwa le bogosela di 18 fela ba itsekela thoko morago Afrika Borwa ama ba itlhatlhola jalo mo iso tsela ka kwantle kgwele yao e tsela ka kwantle kgwele yao ya go tlosa le tatlhelo ya the Super Eagles ya go tloswa le tatlhelo ba itsa ba romela mo lephokoso la ditene fela Ronald Williams ga go letshapa le mo fisang pele ba iketla ka kgwele yao Bruno Onyemaechi ke ena a tsene mo legatong la ga Ekong jaaka o bona kgweleo ya go tloswa le tatlhelo ya ga Osai jaaka o bona kgwele ya go tlosa le tatlhelo ya ga Osai ba itsa ba ya kgwele ba e tshamekela mo go Iobi fela o thulana jalo le Teboho Mokoena mo lebela Mremula tsene mogare ga banna Teboho ba mo kgopa go betsa motsereganyi a re phoso ke a lona Nigeria motsereganyi a re phoso ke a lona the Super Eagles le ka go lwa Teboho kana go lemoga gore gona mo wa botshameko bora metshameko mo ditlhopheng tse pedi tse a na le kwete e ba mo tseleng ya ga Samukelo romela le telele go kwa pele go taboga jalo a Police fela ba ithula ka tlhogo kwa morago tlogela ka botlhale Afrika Borwa gore ba tle ba ya kgele kgweleo ba itlogela ka botlhale gore ba tle ba ya kgele Afrika Borwa kgweleo e be emelela ka gangwe banka ya setlhopha sa Afrika Borwa e be emelela ka gangwe banka ya setlhopha sa Afrika Borwa nosetse kgatlhanong le Lesotho le ka bona le Lyle Foster mme ka thologelo baratedi ba ba rotloetsa jaanong Phobolo Bale a ba e romela le tele wa kwa pele a re bone Sia thula kwa morago ka tlhogo motsereganyi a re le kgorometsa no mo kgoreletsa wena a Korotare o ne o kgoroletsa jala Siyabonga Ngezana tokafetse thata ba e sa le tswile mo Afrika Borwa le ka bona le la Siyabonga Ngezana monna yo tshorofelo tsa Afrika Borwa di robetse mo go ene ke ene yo mmona mo tshwantsho sa gagwe yo Ikram Reiners tshorofelo tsa Afrika Borwa go bona nna di robetse mo maroteng di robetse mo magetleng a le ka bona na Ikram Reiners romela le telele kwa pele the captain thula ka tlhogo kwa morago tsheleditse seatla go kaiwa jalo gore Afrika Borwa ba ne ba le ka fa botsetseng go kaiwa jalo gore Afrika Borwa ba ne ba le ka fa botsetseng Lyle Foster yene yone a le ka fa botsetseng ya go tloswa jalo ke Bobo Kgweleo ba ne ba mo kgala thata morago motshameko wa la matlatso o re dikgang ba ka kwa Nigeria morago gore itee motshameki a ne a go ntsha kgwele mo motshamekong wa bone ba o fentseng ka no le nosi go lefela monna yona Bali romela le tele wa kwa pele thula ka tlhogo kwa morago Siyabonga Ngezana e wela jalo mo tseleng a re bone jalo live fela ba re wa itshole thata le ka bona le lelama Oswell Apollos ya go tswela ka kwa ntle tlosa jalo ke tatlhelo ya Afrika Borwa a kete ba latlhegile go senene Afrika Borwa ba tshwanetse go itsotoropanya ba mo motsotsong wa bolesome wa karolo ya ntlha ya motshameko ya bobedi ya motshameko e tshwanetse pele mme re motsotsong wa bosome matlhano le botlhano one the Super Eagles one Bafana Bafana
10 minutes into the second half, and well, it's the Nigerians that could argue they had the momentum. They ended the first half, but they brought into the second half, and for the South Africans struggling for the time being to find a bit of rhythm to trouble the Nigerian midfield and defence. Onyemachi in your picture did replace the man who scored the opening goal, the own goal, Trusticon. So 2 changes made to the Nigerian defence that started the match. Trusticon substituted at half-time and picking up an injury in the opening minutes. Now, all over the top here. Battle on, strength good from a Nigerian point of view, and it's a troublesome man, Bashir, who this time can't get the better of Kabini. So what Hugo Bruce needs to see more of an involvement from the likes of Ngwata, including Apollos, Mbule and Foster. Is Didi put in Lagos, and they will look for the big man Aragodare, who's coming here at the start of the second half as well. You know, the 3 changes made by the Nigerians. That's a good ball, bit of space out on the far side. Good numbers in and around the box here. Kabini to get it clear. Apollos doing well in forcing the issue here. Zamugwena looks to help the South Africans just hold on to the ball a bit here. Get familiar with it again here for the first time in the second half, where they can string some passes together, approaching the hour mark. Williams, a long time since his debut against Brazil to the FNB Stadium back in 2014. 54th cap now for Ronwen Williams. Bit of frustration coming out from the stands here. Some of the fans wanting to see some action. The Nigerians are not overcommitting here and are not trying to be sucked into the trap where the South Africans are looking to create a bit of a gap to play through the departments. They are closing it tight enough for them not to be able to play it into midfield, trying to force them to go long where they've won the aerial duels. Which is the case. Second ball belonging to South Africa. After the whistle. Going against Lau Foster for the challenge on Basek. What a game he had. So far, the man wearing the number 21 jersey for the Nigerians. Goal scorer. In what will be a goal where there's a lot to say about it, especially from a South African point of view. Came off his head, yes, but that didn't seem to be what directed it into the back of the net. His arm seemed to do the trick. Now, good work out wide on that far side. Ball drilled in. Aragodare to set it up. The shot from range won't make its way through the traffic on Didi. Wilfred Didi yet to score for the Nigerian national team. Now, Apollos. Mbule. Just about able to keep it moving. Foster. Needing all of his strength to keep it alive here for South Africa. Support arriving here from Gabini. And well to get away from his man, Mugwena. Better from a South African point of view, Mbule. With a bit of a shuffle there. So Nigeria having good numbers pinned back here in the defensive areas. South Africa probing for the time being with Debo Mugwena. Needs one more goal to go into double figures for the South African national team. Flag up for offside against Foster. Not for the first time here in the second half that Lau Foster is caught in an offside position. Just off is the man from Nurkasich. Another approaching double goals, or double figures I should say, for the South African national team is lost down 8 goals, needs a couple more to go into double figures. Now, injuries have been a problem coming into the couple of matches for Hugo Bruce against both Lesotho and Nigeria. Were a continued problem in the game against Lesotho, and an injury could be a source of concern here for Zugom Tunyela, enjoying his 5th cap for the South African national team. Well, it's been an enjoyable game for those that have made the trip to the Free State Stadium. Look good in the first period. Over the first 45, would have been concerned with the way Nigeria ended nice and strong towards the end of the first half. In fact, more concerned with the way Nigeria continued in that vein at the start of the second half. Looking better now with the likes of Mbule beginning to come into the game and keep things moving along, especially in the opposition half of the field. So, Tunyela will be a worry. You remember Nico Mobi also picked up an injury in the last game in the right back position, and that's not looking good. Not for the time being. Will the first change made by Hugo Bruce here this evening be a forced one? Quite importantly, just past the 1 hour mark, the fans are beginning to find their voices, especially at a point when they will be needed here by the South African team. Look back at the goals then. Lovely ball then on the outside of the foot, goes on space, looking for Fasla, and it's Trusty Kong tapped it into the back of the net. This a beautiful creation by Bashiru and Gehrig to the byline, hanging one onto that far post and flying in then. One of the biggest men out in that field, if not the biggest. Plays his top football for Fulham. The man that scored the equalizer. Well, what a story it has been for Thabiso Munyane since the start of the season. Made the move to Kaizer Chiefs. He's had a great start to the campaign in the right back position. After the Kaizer Chiefs beating Fasla to the punch for the most part. So much so that he received the call-up most recently after Mobi picked up the injury. And, well, don't think you would have expected to be amongst those shutting his stuff out there, but football is a funny old game. And Munyane finds himself now with about 27 minutes of action out at the Free State Stadium to continue what's been an unbelievably great start to the season for him. Ngota. Mbule. Leziwobi. Lookman. Bashiru has had a great game so far. He will be looking to dictate matters in the middle of the game then. Another of those born out in Logos, as is the case for Ndidi and Bashiru as well. Frederick is his club football out in Belgium. Does the man operating out wide on the right side of that defence for the Nigerians. Is operating as at the right back. Samuel looking to push up and join into the attack here on the Zania side, and just trying to will create further problems for Samuel Gabini, who's in a rather tough time in dealing with Bashir and the overlapping movements of the white defender. Now, Palace. Ngule, that's a good challenge. "65 minutes gone by. That challenge coming at some expense here for Osai Samuel. Corner, it is South Africa. 1-1 the scoreline in Bloemfontein.
Ona likile go roka gape le ka wala la Mohankota. Fela a pega mo go di stop for the master chef. Ya bo ile mo le tlakoreng le a re telelang ke go ratologa me kgile ba ba ka sekutlo. Ozwena Police o bone nno kgatlhano le naga ya Lesotho mo letsatsing la botlhano a re bone o tla tosa jang kgile ya batsa kgile ya romela ko teng e kgakala fela e feta mo go ditlogo tsa banna ba thusi yo se tsenga mo getse karate e sorwana ba thusi mo karolong ya bobedi ya motshameko Chinedu ba ba jalo mo tseleng onye mayechi romela le tele fela ga gona kwa yang khone ya go tloswa ke Afrika Borwa kgilio lebeletse Hugo Bruce solfetse go dira diphetogo na ko engwe le engwe go tloga jaanong solfetse go dira diphetogo na ko engwe le engwe go tloga jaanong Kapeni tshamekela mo lekweteng la mosimane kwa morago a re bone Sia we ba tšhala mo tseleng ya ga Ronwen re ile ka re ba e tshameka thata kwa morago setlhopha sa Afrika Borwa Ronwen Williams o lebelela gore a ka isa ka kgwele yao o e romela tšhala mo tseleng ya ga Thabiso Monyane thata ke Sia fela balatedi ba Afrika Borwa ba simolola go fela pele gore a reyeng ba re a reyeng kwa pele lebega ba tswadile ditsela tsotlhe kwa morago naga ya Nigeria Afrika Borwa ba patelesega go e tshamekela kwa morago kgapetsa tshamekela kwa morago kgapetsa bafana Lookman wa gana kwa morago ba romela ba gana gape wa go ba ralala jaanong wa ya kwa pele a re bone o tla dira mo kgweleng eo a re bone kgwele go na le motshameki yo Rolang hona le motshameki yo ba go mo rolang Mekete adira chala phetogo le ka wana la Nthethe o tswile ra gore ba go nna le mo kapteini wa boraro mo letsatsing la gompieno tla gopola gore Kong simolotse ya le mo kapteini a tshiwa mo karolong ya bobedi ya motshameko mme jaanong Ntete Wilfred Watswa a bone phile ya matseraganyo ka phoso mme go tsene jalo le ka bona la Uche go tsene jalo le ka bona la Uche Tebogo Mokoena wa Bidika Mafafatse mme bile Hugo Broos ga itumele seo na le ka go tsena jalo mo kgweding ya ba mo tsena kwa tlase Tebogo Mokoena pala metsotso e ka nna soma mabedi gore motshameko o tla ya kwa bokhutlong Afrika Borwa e tla bo ena mo maemong a botoka go feta Nigeria ditsholofelo tsa Nigeria di tla bo di fokotsega go senene ba na le mokapteini wa boraro mo letsatsing la gompieno Nigeria bonnete ke gore fa sala gorogile Hugo Broos ba Afrika Borwa ba kgona go ka kanolla dihuba Afrika Borwa ba kgona go tla lephaleng go itumela motshameko jaaka o bona Bottom Sila ga mmogo jalo le Machaka e le bone ba tshwara takata e le bone ba ba eteletseng pele ka koma e le bone ba eteletseng pele ka kopelo Ela va Romela Marreo Romela Jalo Marreo Hugo Broos Kiteo Kakautana Jalo le Panka Hugo Broos Kakautana Jalo le Panka ya Skopa sa Nigeria di sela mapa tse di sa rataneng ke se ke go se boleletseng gore di tlhopha tse ke di sela mapa tse di sa rataneng le seng ga gona gore ka tlhokagalang tofa ditlhopha tse pedi tse di kopane fa re simolola mo metshamekong ya boditšhabatšhaba ba ne ba re gorosa ka dino di le 4 kwa Surulele ba ne ba re gorosa ka dino di le 4 go lefela naga ya Nigeria mme ya tswelela jalo go ita go fetlela re ne re ba tlhotlhora Afrika Borwa bona Teddy Jordan Katie McKenzie di beletse motlatsatona wa tsa metshameko Peace Mabe le ene go ne mo letsatsing la gompieno tsa majalo le tona motlatsatona le tona ba gone mo letsatsing la gompieno ba ke bala Teddy Solofelo ke entse mo Afrika Borweng Solofelo ke a bona Afrika Borwa fela Mamelodi Sundowns ga mmogo le Hugo Broos ga ba kita ba itumelela se ba se bonang se kgobalo ya ga Mrembola kgobalo ya ga Tebogo Mokoena a re solofelo gore ka gongwe o tla kokotlelega o tla siama mme seo se ra gore fa e le gore go tla pala fela ke bona e bella the talented Mbata fa e le gore go tla pala fa belaela go tla tsena ene le kawana la talent Mbata ngwaga di le 47 o lwa le monamogolo wa ngwaga di le 17 pharologanyo ya dingwaga tse di tsitsibanyang mmele ya go tloswa kgwileo ya go tloswa tšhalo ke Mbekezeli Mbokazi Mrembola go lebega a tlo go tswelela pele ka motshameko mangwe wa motho wa ka motsa jaaka Mashole mo setlhopheng sa bosetšhaba sa Aforika Borwa romela kgwele telele kwa pele thula ka tlhoko kwa morago e betsela ka kwa ntle fetoga go nna tatlhelo mangwe wa Mashole le ka wana le la Mrembula the master chef Dilo Di Mustafo a ba mo go kabini kopa Chelsea ya nomoro ya Chelsea a bone Mrembula o tla romela a ba romela fela ba kgona go thiba kwa morago metsotso le 15 gore motshameko o tla kwa bokhutlhonga e ntse le one naga ya Nigeria e le one Afrika Borwa a bone ba tla tsena ka le bakotsa la Nigeria phele ka nakotsi Afrika Borwa ba thula ba sireletsa kwa morago Sizwe.
Tell you what, when Arako Dare takes flight, he is a problem. The man wearing the number 10 jersey is big, he's powerful, he's mobile, and he's a handful to deal with. Samuel. Strong and assured defensively. Well, you'd have to go back to 2017. October 2017. When South Africa lost the beating of Nigeria. 2-0 the scoreline then. Then before that, in a friendly back in 2004. Last encounter between these two sides ended with a 1-1 scoreline. And you remember the 4-2 win to the AFCON. Before that, in the same group, the 2-1 win favor of the Nigerians. A 1-1 scoreline way back before that. So few and far between the wins for South Africa over Nigeria. Can they do it this evening? One back in the great area by Lukman. Nice 1-2 here as numbers come in on the far post. Lukman can find quality with the ball in. Closing down and applying a pressure by Lukman here on Bogazi. So those two continue their battle on this near side. Amini. Really with a turn now. That should be a foul. Taken out then. Zambule. Same can be set for Lyle Foster. And things get a bit heated out there. Did well to check himself, Foster, and not to respond to what he felt was clearly unfair play, but he was completely taken out then by Basse. Was Sibambule. Wearing the number 17 for his debut with the national team back in 2017. So, it's Moses Simon and the place for Paris FC that will be making way here. As Nigeria look for one more positive wave in trying to end the second half equally as strong as they ended the first. Pressure. Once he starts getting moving, Aragodare, his mobility and power certainly giving the Alexo Bogazi and Gezana a handful. Now got down the turn, gets beyond one. Good cover defense, lovely work in defense then, forcing the foul from the former Pirates man. Got an assist today. He came into this match having a couple of assists for South Africa at international level. The pace shown by Lukman. Iwobi. Pace out on the far side. Now Nigeria getting some good numbers forward here. As they go into the final third. Paul in. Gezana to get it clear. Kept alive here for the Nigerians. Samuel. Good work defensively. Yakamini, he stayed goal side to the man from Geerfontein. And in the end got the better of his man then securing the goal kick. Well, in most of the matchups out of that field, strength and size is in favor of the Nigerians. I'll tell you what, on that occasion, the strength and size was in favor very much of Samgelo Gabini. Once he got that physical contact, that little bit of physical contact, that play was always going to be his or end in his favor. Ngule. Gabini. Palace quick flag up on the far side. Just about 10 minutes remaining here. There's Angota. And Damiani are just about able to keep it moving out to that far side. Better here, won by Foster. So, here is now Foster, all on his own. The combination of Nabili and Bassi doing enough to put him off then. Great work, however, in forcing the initial error from the defender. He's always going to have some work on his hands in physically getting the better of Bassi. Once he had the ball at his feet, the angle was also a testing one. Aragodare as well with his spectacle. They did 2 men on him. Now, a Palace space, plenty of it to exploit, and unfortunately it came off his hands, so Nigeria will have the decision going their way. He needs to watch himself. Albas is already on a yellow card. Mugwena, the latest in the referee's book. So, the two central midfielders here, Mugwena and Albas, on yellow cards. That's why Mugwena picks up the yellow. Good movement. Ball! Oh, great defending. That could be a point-saving challenge from Bagazi. Lovely block that was. Now, still on this near side. Bagazi stepping up again. Comes up strong with the play, does Bagazi. 6 or so months ago, very few in South Africa knew of the man from Kuzue. Now a household name. And what a challenge that was. Continues to shine whatever the stage presented to him. Bassi. Foster under pressure. Did well, Foster, stood his ground well. Well, it's worth keeping in mind for Eric Kelly, the Nigerian coach. This is his second game in charge. One, of course, over the weekend, quite importantly, looking to maintain his 100% winning record if he can snatch the win late here against the South Africans, but there's changes that will be made here. Palace will make way. Ule will make way. There's another man who's having a great start to the season. Billy to come on, along with his club teammates. Talent Mbata. Under 7 remaining. Mugwena. Just one looking. Kongota. Well defended by Onyemachi. William didn't mind taking the time to show his appreciation for the defending from Gezada. Uche turned into trouble. Still the big man with the ball at his feet here. Foul by Semenabili in his first involvement in this game. Well, you can tell from Samuel and the way he's looking to get his teammate Uche back up onto his feet. The body language from the Nigerians suggests they're looking to go for it later in the day, in trying to find what could very well be a dramatic late winner here, if it is to come. Williams wants his teammates pushing forward. Pace from Zimbabwe. That's good pace, that's good defending as well. And at the end then from Frederick in a matching. What we've seen from the Paris men. Under 5 minutes remaining, and the big question here is will there be a winner in this Group C encounter? That said, will it be South Africa grabbing 3 crucial points, or will it be Nigeria making a light at the end of the tunnel? Seems bright in trying to end off this group stage positively.
Re goroga mo nakong e setlhogo thata mo kgweleng ya dinao. Re goroga mo nakong e setlhogo thata mo kgweleng ya dinao. E batla o bona le jalo pelo e thata. Maikutlo a thata. Jaaka o bona kota dira step over. Ba re sekhutlho. Tota ba ya terra Stanley Nobali. Ke yone nako ye sa tshwanelang go bonya. Ke yone nako yo sa tshwanelang go ka dira diphoso. Ke nako e thata. Jaaka o bona mosimane ka go kurara. E tshamekela jalo mo tseleng ya Mpekezeli. Na go na offside. Le ka bona la line. A re bone jalo. Sireletsa kwa morago Afrika Borwa ba tlhabela kwa pele. Go taboga Mohau. A re bone Mohau na le pasi. Pasi ya ba e baka kwa ntle. Ba re o e tsere se tswele ka kwa ntle. Fela Afrika Borwa ba e tshamekela jalo mo tseleng. A re bone jalo Mzansi. Ba e tshamekela mo tseleng ya ga Sephelebele. A re bone Sephelebele. Ba e gatoga. Samukelo. A ba romela Samukelo. A re thula ka tlhogo le ka bona la ka kwa Bentley. Fela ba sa khoroga ka nako. Ha bana le gone ko morago le ka bona la onye Mayechi. Tabiso. Sikutu. Le ka go tsenya kgatelelo Afrika Borwa mo kapteini wa boraro. Mo letsatsi la gompieno ka bona la Chuka Iwobi. Ya go tlosa le sekhutlho. Fela Nigeria mo thakare bona le tshiamelo ya bolele. Afrika Borwa ga bana mo balele jalo go ka thula dikgwele ka tlhogo mo lebaka tsala re eteni. Fela le bone Mohau wa romela thula wa sireletsa kwa morago e ntse le mo lebaka sa bathusi kwa ntle. Na le mokgwa wa go nosa mo metsotsong ya bofelo le ka wana le la the talented Timbata Kabini Begazeli Fusai Malinosi e wala mo tseleng ya ga line Mrembula Kabini Samukelo Kalina Kabini ka Sefane Mrembula Lina le fatswa la gage Anna ba khogana Kala mo tserganya Torno Sar bona Sebelebele o bona jalo ka kwano thoko a re bone line a ba itsenya mo gare ga banna sireletsa kwa morago sekhutlho ba re call ka ba re pause tserganya re le khorometsa Afrika Borwa wena Sebelebele khoromeritse jalo le ka bona la Osayi yo le na tsene go tswa kwa bankeng Osayi tsena tswa jalo kwa bankeng monna yo wa Osayi romela kgwele telele bathusi ba mo goga ka Cherese gata e tlhomiwa Mrembu Munyani bathusi ba ba nkolopa ka motho ba ba e romela kwa thoko a re bone Afrika Borwa ba ratha selepe mo tsereganyo o ntsha karata ya tswa dikarata tsa monna yo wa Piacho ya mogala jalo ke Onye Mayechi arwala jalo Mohankota banga ya Afrika Borwa e betsa itumelesego fela re mo metsotsong ya bofelo solofetse metsotso e ka nna e seng ka fa tlase ga e le metlhano re eme thata mo karolo ya bobedi ya motshameko Awetosa Africa Bora Aitabe Romela Tena Malibaga Sala de Tene Tula Bagasikuka Tela Matira Mbagazi Romela Pocoso Ba Tula Gomaravo Mona Chalom Nikona Lankota Kota Wasai Romele Kabutali Kabini Ha Aisira Lesa Komarago Kalakabayo Kwapili Yawara Tulaga Chalo Kasiaboga Ngezana Walbela Sia Metotele Sumaro Bonwe Fedile Metotele Sumaro Bonwe Fedi Jano Retigne du Tirago Libella Retigne Tobe Tutemekai Luke May Baca Calibera Africa Bora Arbore Batadiran Arbore Mohau Abarumela Tula Kamara Calibone Monayowa Bobo Metoteli Super Sigari Dovrele Carrene Lubaka Teleco Parajana Le Capini wa Romela Capini was a Romela Capocali Le Carotia Catella Africa Bora Sibileveli Tepsam Rembula Sibileveli we tlogela kwa morago ya go ba tlhasela jalo ba dira transition ba ya jalo go pele the Super Eagles metsotso le merotaro ke metsotso le mentsi thata re le ka re mo nakong ya masisi Iwobi tshameka le khutshwanyane mo tseleng ya ga uche Osai ba jala mo tseleng ya ga Chukwueze mongabana wa diphatsa Osai wa Romela Africa Bora ba thula go morago line ba mo tsela khele bo ntse le tsapa jalo line Foster se mo la go bontsha le tsapa South Africa Bora ba mo ga dikhwele bonolo a re bona ba tla dira Nigeria ba kotsi fana go etsa mafa Uche Sireletsa kwa morago ba bakatatlhelo emeletse the Super Eagles yalo Africa Bora ka mekotla le mo le botenga fela nkotha ba mo tswaletse go tlelele ka wa tlelo mo potsono ba tshameki ba Nigeria metsotso mene le di second le ka pata tsadi le lesome go thata ya leje Materga nyoka poso le khorometa jalo Thabiso monyane ka go pala go sa go bidiwa fa le ka wana le la nyiko mobe simana ka komala mulela na go bala mo motshamekong kgatlhane le Lesotho Higram Rainers a o tla tswela Africa Borwa mosola le sego la posta che ora le caro una bonza le zappa una bonza le zappa mo carroño vediamo Zameko le kawanale la posta me go tsena jalo yo machatu simano khana go itlola Romiwa yo khona go itlola ba go ba dira jalo mo malobenga o sa rome mongwe le mongwe o Roma yo khona go itlola a re bone khile ba etsa ba tsele ba kwa pele ba thusi fela ba lele ba tshameki ba Nigeria ba khona go dipenya bonolo Chukwueze a re thumi main concern e romela tele ba kwa pele ba gana Mpagazi fela bo ga peka Chukwueze e ba mo go Uche How fete bonolo ba tshwanetse go itlhaloganya go feta fa ga se mang le mang yo tla fetang fa a re bone Africa Borwa Sebelebele ba ba mo tseleng ya ga the talented Mbatha aba Romela Mbatha Nkotha aba tlogela feta le tla mo ba emong a sa isolfelang go tlhogonga me bonnete ke gore ga montle jalo mo tlhogonga le ka bona lankota batla ba dira phoso kwa morago Afrika Borwa Siyabonga Ngezana ke gore le ka re tokafalo ke se Afrika Borwa ba dira mfa ba ba senya kgwele Nigeria go ba o tlhaela seo Chukwueze a re bone Chimorenga Chukwueze ba itsamekela mo go butche a ba kobela kwa shebileng ke kgona go lemoga letsapa ke lefa ke leng gone fa mo batshameking ba Afrika Borwa kgwele ba e latlhegetsweng e bontsha letsapa re mo motsotsong wa bofelo di-second di le ka go tlase ga di le 15 motsotso le di-second di le ka go tlase ga di le 10 re a re leba motsotso wa bofelo Afrika Borwa e tla tsetsepela ka maemo a kgotsa janga Afrika Borwa e tla bona no ya phinyo kgotsa janga a Nigeria ba ka tsenya kutlobotlhoko mo Afrika Borweng kgotsa jang a re bone mo motsotsong wa bofelo felo ba etsa ka seatla motsereganyo o na le gaufi a re wena Lookman Ademola o itsere ka seatla kgwele eo romela le tele kwa pele ba go tswa ka yone jalo kwa morago Osai Iwobi romela kgwele telele fela ga ena kaelo ya go wela jalo mo tseleng ya ga Ronald Williams lebella supa nako e entire go fedile re mo di-secondeng di le 5 di le 4 di le 3 second di le 2 go fedile metsotso e le supa ya fela jaanong metsotso e le supa ya fela fa go nna jalo Afrika Borwa ba tswelela ba tshwere ketapele ya Group C dintlha di le 14 bona boitumelo jwa banka ya Afrika Borwa jaanong